Hey guys, and welcome to episode 32 of Surg's single-player survival series, Season 1. You can see here I refilled all of the uranium fuel rods, and we're back creating power. But upstairs, we're running into a problem. Since we ended up, not having any uranium fuel rods for a little while, our power completely depleted. And so what happened is all of our ethanol that we had in reserve had gotten used up, and it seems that now it doesn't look like it's really able to keep up. You can see here it's starting to go down. It's able to run 2 generators just fine, but the other 2 aren't getting filled up. And it does look like we are having a power surplus. So what happens is when this completely fills up, then the ethanol is able to keep up. So what I was thinking is if we switch out into our hazmat suit here, because we need to grab our fuel rods. These are the depleted uranium fuel rods. And what we can do is go ahead and throw them here in the thermal centrifuge. And it does have to heat up, so it will take just a little while. Now I took some of the overclockers out of our ore washing plant, and that's mainly because, right now we need this power to go back up. Because without the power being full, we're just draining through ethanol, which isn't necessarily a big deal. We should have plenty of apples. Ooh, no, our apples are almost gone. Our saplings seem to be fine, but looks like we just plowed through all of those apples. So we might have to look at maybe getting a better source of fruit juice too. Now, we could always use water, which is probably what I'll end up doing in the meantime. And just maybe put like an aqueous accumulator up here. And that way we can pump water not into the squeezer, into our fermenter. So, it's something to consider. And if we did that and removed this here, we could always put, I guess I would have to put it here. But I could remove this so that way it creates more fruit juice. Actually, our biomass is, it's almost full. And once that fills up, then the fermenter will fill up and it'll stop using fruit juice, and then the fruit juice will have a chance to build up. So maybe we could just leave it go for right now. Let's see. So let's check on these here. It's almost done heating up. So I'm going to give this a second for it to finish heating up, and then I'll show you what we get with the depleted fuel rods when we put them in the thermal centrifuge. Okay, so it looks like it's going through real quick now, and you can see here we get some uranium-238 back. And that shouldn't be going in there, it should just get sucked out. But the other thing that we get, looks like it's nighttime. The other thing that we get is this stuff right here. Tiny piles of plutonium. Now we can use those and we can make MOX fuel, which is basically, it's kind of like a mix. Let's see here. Fuel rod MOX. We can make MOX nuclear fuel. And basically that's using the 238 and plutonium. And right now we have a couple of tiny piles of plutonium. So what we can do is we can take these, and we can just take 9 of them and throw them right here in the compressor. And it'll get us our regular plutonium. Now we're going to need quite a few of those before we can actually do anything with them. So Unfortunately, we'll probably have to let our nuclear reactor run a couple times. But what I was thinking is maybe we can do just a small nuclear reactor. So I'm going to need a couple more reactor chambers and some dense lead plates. Let me get a small, just a regular nuclear reactor together. And we can go ahead and hook that up in conjunction downstairs. Okay, so I'm just finishing up the last little bit that I need, and I just needed a couple more fuel rods. And then we'll be able to go put this together, and this should help offset the power needs that we have at the moment. Now, this is only a temporary fix here. I do have something more permanent in mind later. So let's go ahead and put these together. So I just want to set it up just like this here. This one here, these here. Now this is just a small nuclear reactor. And then for these, I want these right here. And then the component heat vents. And then the component heat exchangers. Now these should work the same way as this big one, where basically it produces no heat. And if we just go ahead and turn it on, look at that. We should have no heat, and that's an extra 100 EU per tick. Now, granted, I could make this a whole lot bigger, or you know what I could do is I could do like 4 nuclear reactors like this, making 100 EU, and that would way surpass this one right here. So, I mean, you know, if you're only using these single fuel rods, then you could very easily make just a whole bunch of these single nuclear reactors, set like 4 of them together, and, you know, just do it like this. So now that we have that set up, we should no longer be having an issue with power. And these should now be able to fill up. Yeah, see? Now they're really starting to fill up. Yeah, and that's staying nice and full. So, what I actually might be able to do is just grab, let's grab one from our canning machine. Let's see if we're able to keep up with one more overclocker here in our ore washing plant. Maybe not. We'll just have to keep an eye on it and see how well it does. So now, I'm tired of running slow. Oop. Let's go ahead and switch our suit back out. So now we can run nice and fast. And I was thinking about battling the wither. So there's a couple things that we can do. We could do, let's see. We could do modular force field systems, which would be really cool to try to fight the wither. The other thing that we could do is we could get into, say, Thaumcraft and try to get the warding focus for our wand. And that would make it so that the wither can't destroy blocks either. But that's a lot of work. So I think we might end up just doing some force fields. So the first thing that I'm going to need, I know I'm going to need a Fortron capacitor. You know, I think the first thing I'm going to need is some steel. And the best way to make steel is just grab a couple blocks of iron. Because it's a lot easier to make blocks of steel. Let's just say 10. Let's make 10 blocks of steel. And I have a whole bunch of coal, So let's just grab a couple of coal here. And I was using charcoal. So let's just go ahead and throw these blocks of steel in here. And just because I'll throw some blocks of coal, and that'll make blocks of cold coke. Now we're at some point we're gonna have to worry about getting that creosote out. But I should have a whole bunch of charcoal, I thought, somewhere. I might have gotten rid of it. Yeah, I think I did. I think I put it all in my boiler downstairs. But what I should be able to do is just go ahead and grab a block, or grab a stack or two out of here, and it'll quickly fill up because of the steam oven. And okay, I don't want to pull any more out because it looks like the steam oven's going through and doing its thing. It'll run out if I pull much more out. So let's just throw this all in here, and actually the rest of this I'll just go ahead and put back in my boiler. You can hear the steam oven going. So this will take a little while to get us some blocks of steel. In the meantime, we do have a little bit of steel that we can use here. So let's go ahead and make some of these focus matrix. So I'm going to need some redstone and some diamonds, and that makes 9 of them. Well, that's not too bad then. So let's get, say, 2 diamonds and, say, 8 redstone. And yeah, so 18 focus matrix. So let's see. So we want a force. We probably will need a force manipulator, but I think those are used to move blocks. I might be wrong. So I do need a Fortron capacitor. And I think first though I do need a coercion driver. That's basically what generates the power. So I'm going to need a battery. I have some steel and a focus matrix. So let's grab 2 pieces of redstone and 1 tin cable, 2 pieces of tin, 1 piece of rubber, and let's go ahead and throw this through here, and let me sleep through the night. So now we just need to throw these through again, so that way we can get some item casings. And we should be able to make a battery. One battery, some steel, and 1 focus matrix. Gets us a coercion driver. Now where do I want this? Now I already have a tesseract that's generating power. Or we could do this outside. I just need to see where I might have power running. I mean, I have it here. So we could do that. I could just run it straight down from here. Or over from here. Let's just grab... Oh, I need to fill that in. Let's just grab a little bit of the redstone energy conduit. And, you know, I think that the easiest way is just going to be to run it straight down. And we'll go ahead and put our coercion driver right here. let's go ahead and tell it to go ahead and create some energy. And now we're going to need the capacitor. So I'm going to need another battery. And I have enough steel. At least at the moment. So let me just make one more battery and I'll be right back. And item casings and batteries. I went and made a couple extra just because I'm tired of having to make them. So let's see. Fortron capacitors. I need steel in the corners. And then these focus matrix. Now we're also going to need a force field projector. So I'm going to need, see, another battery and a diamond. So let's grab one diamond. And force field projector, one diamond. Okay. So it looks like we had almost, well, basically just enough steel. And a battery. Force field projector. So let's go ahead and set these down out here. This is our Fortron capacitor, so we'll go ahead and set that down right here. And we're just tell it go ahead and go. And you can see here the energy is now flowing from our coercion deriver right into our Fortron capacitor. And it'll take a little while for this to really fill up. And then what we can do is we can do our force field emitter. And you know what, let's just set it right here. And that'll start getting some power too. Now, there's a bunch of different slots here that we'll have to basically set up the way that we want. And I think I could do 2 pyramid, cylinder. You know what, let's just go with a basic cube. And so that's going to use up all of my focus matrix. So I think what I'm going to have to do is actually wait for a little bit more in the way of steel. Let's see how that's doing down here real quick. Looks like we got 1 block. So we might be able to get something done. So let's make a cube, the cube mode. So now we have at least that. Now we're going to need some range upgrades here. I'm probably going to need some translation modules too. So I'm going to need some scale modules. So let's see how much we have. Okay, so 2 more sets. So we're due 2 diamonds and 8 more redstone. And I believe it was those in the corner. And just like, nope, I think I got that backwards. There we go. Some more focus matrix. And this will make us a couple scale modules. So let's get about 12 of them. So 12 scale modules, and then we're probably going to need some translation modules, which take the scale modules. So let's make, let's say 3 translation modules. You can see how this is really getting hard on our steel. So let's go ahead and put cube mode in here. We can see there it's projecting a cube. And let's see, which way is this? Looks like this is south. So west. So west is kind of the way that I want it to go. North, east, south. Okay, west, this way. So let's put a couple of translation modules in here. And if we turn this on, you can see here now it's projecting it to the west a little bit. Let's turn it off because it's going to use up all of our power. And let's do a couple of scale modules. So we actually want it to translate. You know what? I want it to translate down one. So that way if we turn it back on, it's like right here in the ground. There it is. And that's kind of how I want it to be. And let's do a couple of up modules. Let's see how that looks. Okay. So that's pretty decent size. And let's do... So we don't want east. Maybe a couple more west. We're getting there. So we have kind of this wall now. So I'm probably going to need a couple more of these scale modules because I'm going to have to do some south as well. Looks like it's getting nighttime. So let me wait for a little bit of steel. And actually what I could do is here in the induction smelter, let me grab some charcoal. It's kind of a cheaty way to do it, but it works. Grab 2 stacks of charcoal, a little bit of iron, just a stack, and throw them in the induction smelter. And it makes us steel. Now it's Tinker's Construct steel, but it's steel nonetheless. Now it does use 4 pieces of charcoal to do this, so it works just fine. So let's do 1 more diamond, 4 more redstone, and it should work like this. Yeah. So let's do a couple more of these scale modules and see if we can kind of get a nice cube going. So scale modules, and I think I want to scale to the south. So let's see how that looks. Nice. We get a nice cube, and it should be empty on the inside. Now I'm probably going to want a way to get in and out. So let's see. Dome. I'm probably going to need a remote controller. So I'm going to need some more steel. So I'm going to wait for that. Make the remote control. And then probably make a couple more scale modules. I think what I want to do is scale it a little bit more to the west. And we can even make it 1 taller. Yeah, that's a decent size. Unfortunately, it uses up a lot of power. So we'll have to wait for this to generate quite a bit more. So I'm going to go ahead and wait for a little bit more steel, make myself a remote control, and we'll be right back. Okay, so now I have my remote control. And what I can do is let's go ahead and come out here and shift, right click, right on the force field projector. And what I can do is stand inside here and right click, and it is opening up the force field projector. So I can go ahead and turn it on. And the reason that I wanted to turn it on is because I want to see basically where everything is. So that way I can go ahead and dig it out real quick. And let's go ahead and turn it off. And I think right here, let's dig. We'll go ahead and dig this out. And I brought some stone bricks. So that way I can go ahead and line the area so I can tell where the, where the force field's gonna be. Looks like it's starting to get night again. Yep, and I'm probably gonna need a couple more stone bricks because I want to do this row here too. So let's go sleep through the night and grab some more bricks. And since I have the dirt now, I might as well just go ahead and fill this in because that's bothering me. So let's throw the dirt back in here. We don't need the basalt, don't need the cobble. And we can grab a few more of these stone bricks. And if I can get out. That works too. So let's go ahead and line this area right here. You know what? I made some more of these scale modules because I think I wanted at least one more that way. Let's do 2 more. Yeah, let's check that out. So let's stand in here and turn it on. Okay, so we actually need to dig this out just a little bit more. And I think it went all the way to here. Yeah, you can see we're having a little bit of power issues. So let's turn it off. Now, to fix the power issues, we'll do that here in just a second. There's another kind of module that I want to put in. And I should have enough bricks. If not, I can just go make some more. Yeah, this will be a nice size right here. Now, the one thing that I'm concerned about. Oh, I didn't need to knock down all of that. One thing that I'm concerned about is when he first goes and blows up. I don't know if I want to be in here with him. So I think there should be a way to allow me to pass through the force fields without allowing the wither to pass through. So let's just finish cleaning this up. Yeah, I'm gonna need some more stone, looks like. Let's just check the size here. So that's right. And the walls are right here. And the walls, okay. So all of that looks good. Let's go ahead and turn it off. And let me go ahead and make some more bricks, because I don't think... Oh, I do have some more. And just in case, let's just throw a little bit of cobblestone in there. And I might as well throw the basalt back down. Yep. It's a good thing I started cooking up some more, because I know I'm going to need more. So let me go ahead and finish this off. I'm going to go grab those bricks that I was cooking up, or the stone that I was cooking up. Well, looks like I almost have enough. Huh, I'm one short. So let me go ahead and get that, and then we'll get started on seeing if we can pass through the field without the wither passing through. Okay, so there's a couple more things that we need, and then we should be ready to go. So the first thing that we're going to need is one of these biometric identifiers. So I have a few bits of steel, but I'm going to need a blank card, which is just steel surrounded by paper. So let's go ahead and grab a little bit of paper, and I'm just going to grab a stack, because I'm probably going to need quite a bit. We're also going to need a little bit of redstone. Oh, I wanted more than that. So we'll grab a stack of redstone, and I'm probably going to need 2 cards. So we'll go ahead and make 2 blank cards, and we'll throw this back in here. And we're going to need, what was the biometric identifier? Okay. So just like this, and then just like that. So we get our biometric identifier. We're also going to need an identification card. So we have to take our blank card and make it an identification card, so that way it knows to use us. And there we go. So there's my little picture right on it. It's me. So what we can do is go ahead and run out here. And let's go ahead and put down our biometric identifier. And we want to put in our card. And I want to allow me to go through the fields. And, well, why not? We're giving me rights to everything. So let's go ahead and see if we can turn that on. Oh, no, I want master. Is it not going to let me do it? Oh, maybe that'll work. So let's see. Once the field comes up, I should be able to go right and sneak right through it. Awesome. So let's go ahead and stop that. You can see here it's using up power just like crazy, so we need to be able to take care of that. So that's why I grabbed a little bit more in the way of redstone. Let's go ahead and get some of these, some speed modules. 10 should work. And what we want to do is we want to speed up the rate at which it gets power. So we can throw a couple of speed modules in here. Oh, in the upgrade slot. So let's see, transmission rate. We just really want to bump that up. So let's see how that's doing now. If we turn it on, it's still losing power, just nowhere near as fast. Now how about this? It's doing fairly well. So we might need a few more speed upgrades. Unfortunately, I do think that we'll probably have to do that next episode, because I do have to wait for more steel to cook up. So next episode, what we'll do is I'll go ahead and make a few more speed modules upgrades. Throw them in. Make sure that this stays nice and stable. And then next episode, we'll come back and we'll kill the wither. I hope you guys enjoyed. And with that, I will see you guys later.